Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, welcome to class today. And first of all, let me apologize for the incident that happened sometimes during the week. So you guys must know that this is the first time that you're gonna have 3 tutors for data analysis. And so it is a bit of a teething a problem. So of which we do apologize for. Now, having said that, can I just make it clear? One of the reasons why when I was told that we're going to be having 3 teachers, I expressed a bit of concern because this is a course that if you have 6 months to learn, you won't finish it. It's a course that you won't, if you have 2 years to learn, you won't finish it. I've been in this industry for a few years now, and I am still learning, right? So, if we try, look, we are a school, right? And we can say, oh, we just want to churn in students, churn out students, MIMO, first in, last out, first in, first out, whatever, all of that nonsense. We can do that and just, get you guys through it. But that's not the purpose of this course. The purpose of this course is for you guys to get a job. Okay? So all the tutors on here, we're not doing this because of money. We're doing it because there is an opportunity out there for you, for our people to do well. Okay, so please understand that. Can I also say, if you go outside anywhere else to do this course, you will pay no less than £2,000. That's for if a Nigerian or someone from Africa or someone from India wants to teach you a quick, way of learning. If you go to other schools, just IT, all of those guys, they charge you nothing less than 6,500. And guess what? They are not tutor-led. Yeah, they'll just give you material, go and study on your own. Here, we are holding your hand until you know what you're doing. So at that price that we've set this course, it's a token. You can't even pay the tutors with that money. You can't. Yeah, every of the tutor here, there's no one of them that charges less than, if you have to get them to come and teach, 50 quid an hour, if not more. So this course is, you can't pay them. So what I'm trying to say is this, please, let us also please be mindful that everyone has a job to go to. This is just everyone's sacrifice. And when things go wrong, please, let's just, manage, let's not be angry and all of that. Yeah, call it out. Well, please, let's not be angry. Please, let's take things easy, step at a time, and we will get there. And again, I'll say to you, like I said in the group chat, these classes every Friday is the core of what you need to learn. Every other thing you learn from the other classes, they're just additions to it. Okay? So, for example, what we've decided is the other guys teaching you guys now, we'll start teaching you Power BI and Excel and Tableau. But then they can't go on to SQL Server because we'll be doing that in about 3-4 weeks. Okay, but that means that what you're doing in Power BI and Tableau is a bit limited because you can only get data from a field source like Excel until we introduce SQL Server to you, and then we start all that. But again, let me assure anyone here on this course that is thinking, oh my God, what have I done? Oh my God, they are not serious. No, that's not what we are. You can ask people that have got a job. The last class, I think after the first 8 weeks, 7-9 weeks or so, someone got a job. Elsie is here. Elsie is going to tell you. Sarah is here. Sarah is going to tell you. The first person who got a job in 8-9 weeks already got their job. So yes, we are not here to mess about. Things do go wrong sometimes. We do apologize for them, but please, let's not focus on the negative. Let's focus on why we are here. Okay, so having said that, we're going to start today's lesson. Today, we are going to be looking more into functions. I did say, please, if you see some of my spelling, please just ignore. It's just because, you know, when you're trying to type really fast and stuff, I'm not actually bad at spelling, you know, I'm actually a maths teacher. So if you see mistakes, please just bear with me. Mathematical. Okay, I got that right. Today we're going to be looking more at functions. Some of the functions we're going to be looking at: sum, average, if, left, right, blah, 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 learn, search, and stuff, and all that. And why do you need these functions? Because depending on the job you have, in fact, if you go to a job, some people will first give you minor admin work to tidy some work up. Mr. Femi, I've just seen your message and thank you for that. And honestly, I'm not just saying this to you. I do understand when people have left everything, and I do understand this time of the day is a very, it's a busy one. And again, I apologize from my own point of view, but my life is all from Monday to Sunday. You have no idea. I'm booked. So this is the only time I can squeeze out of this. So no, it's not, please, this is not directed at you. I understand your frustration and you're well within your rights, but please just bear with us. Bear with us. By the end of this course, I promise you, you will know that this is money well spent. I assure you that. So please, everyone, bear with us. Okay, if something go like that day when things was going wrong and I was in a meeting and I quickly had to stop my meeting, get out of my meeting and chatted with Sarah and all that, but it was a bit too late. I couldn't do anything. So please bear with us. We will get it right. Okay. All right. And thanks for that, by the way. Thanks for apologizing. That's really, you know, thank you. Okay. So we're going to be looking at some of these functions. Sometimes you join an office and the first thing they do, they don't want to give you access to database and all of that. They can just give you some Excel stuff and say, okay, do some Excel stuff for us. And then, you know, this is where it comes in. And also sometimes you even come in and they give you access to the best tools. I can assure you, if you want to do some calculations, you want to verify if your data is right, what I normally do is I'll bring it to Excel. I'll mess about with it on Excel. Even though it's on Power BI, it's on SSRS, it's on Tableau, I'll bring it to Excel because Excel is your most friendly, whatever it is. Mess about with the data, make sure you're happy with it, and then say, oh, yeah, my report is okay on Power BI, whatever it is. Okay, so yeah, so if you look at this, there are several functions. We started using sum last week. If you look at this, you will see all the functions, if not a lot of functions that you need for Excel. You can't exhaust this. If you look at beta distribution, see what it does. Let's take sum. D count. It counts the cell that contains numbers in the database. Yeah. Okay. Look at now. Look at the one I was messing about with the other day. I bet some of you didn't know that Excel can even tell you the current time right now. Yeah. Now is there. Second is here. Time is here. Time value today, weekday, week num, work day. People that are working in HR and all of that. You know, you'll have seen a lot of this. You know, workday, well, even in BI, because, you know, there are some days of the week that are not work days according to the calendar. But anyway, let me not go into that. So engineering functions, you see that. Financial functions, look at all that. Information function, logical function, lookups, H lookup, V lookup, whatever. You know, you can transpose maths functions and all of these. Look at them. So you've now got this, and I hope everyone knows that this is now in your, this document here is in your Telegram. So please, you can download it because we're going to be using it as we speak. Okay, so these are functions. And what are functions? Yesterday, we talked about functions last week. Functions are a way of doing your work using inbuilt parameters that have been built for you. instead of coming here to say this plus this, and which is hard coding, you don't want to do that. You can just use a function. To do addition right now, I'm going to use sum. Yeah, I'm going to use sum. To use subtract, I can use, I don't know whether there's variance. Is it variance? I can use variance. Let's see. And if you're not sure what a function does, just go here and do VAR. See, look, VAR. See, this function is available for it estimates variance based on a sample, ignores logical value and text in principle. Okay, maybe that's not what we want. Someone is at the door. Yeah, variance is going to work actually, but anyway, we'll see. For something like multiplying, we can do product. Yeah, it multiplies all numbers and stuff like that. I know that for this one, it looks too easy. Okay, you know, I can just do my plus and the minus. What's the big deal? Yeah, big deal. Okay, so I'm not going to waste time with this. We all know sum. You can use sum here, but what I'm just going to worry about is here. Do your control shift down. Oh, you can see it's gone all the way up, all the way down, which we did last week. I can just make this a table. Remember, make this a table. Go on insert table name. It says it has a header. Yes, it does. Okay, see, it's made it a table. Not now, don't analyze the data. Okay, now that you've done that, you can come here and do control shift down and then instantly press equal to, and then sum, and then go that, add that. And when you're done, close your bracket, control enter, done. Everyone should be able to do this. We're not going to waste time on this. Subtraction and multiplication, again, same, use a function. Good. Okay. Next.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
For us to achieve that, we had to create a table.
Yes.
And I was thinking that if we have a business that doesn't like the idea of us creating that table,
yes,
to achieve the function, what do you so is there a way that we can still achieve that without having that table?
You can select this from all the way. It's the same, just find a way of selecting it. Now, after you've done this, can you also remove your table? You can remove table if you don't want table. Yeah. So it's entirely up to you. I would just say, hardly would you see anyone who says they don't want table. But if they don't want table, yes, they don't want table. Do what you have to do. Okay. Whatever you do, just make sure you get to what you're doing.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the idea. Okay. So here, for this one, we already did something like this. So this is actually a task for us. This is actually a task for us using what we learned the last time. So if you want to use this, again, you can do all of this in one go. So Mr. Ife was asking what to do. I'm sure Mr. Ife knows Excel. Mr. Ife, do you have another? I'm actually sure you know what you're saying. So do you have a better way of doing this? Hello, Mr. Ife.
Yes, genuinely, I don't actually have. I was just wondering if there's another method of still achieving the same thing without creating a table.
Okay. Well, the reason why I said create a table, right? Look, so if I do this, right, Control Shift side, see, it goes all the way, it goes out. If I start from here, you see, we'll go all the way to the side, and we don't want that. We want to contain it. Yeah, we want to contain it. And that's what okay. If you don't want to do that, the reason why I say create a table, right? If you don't create a table, if it's something small like this, you can select everything. I don't mind, you can do that. But again, if it's becoming something that long, now see, I've reached the end of the board and I'm still dragging and dropping, and you keep dragging and dropping till your mouse gets to the end of your table. So that selecting is a bit of a difficult process. So instead of that, I'm just going to do create a table here. Create a table, done. Yeah. Insert a table, done. And then you can come here and go Control Shift side. See, it stops there, equal to the sum of what? That all the way to the bottom. See, it knows where to stop. Close your bracket and just do Control Enter. It will do everything for you straight away. Yeah, we're trying to find the total of all of this. To find the average is the same. Find AV average, and you can see average tells you exactly what it does. It will return the average of its argument, right? That, okay? So you go here, average of, no, I've done the same thing again now. Sorry. You need to do a Control Shift side first. Control Shift side, stops there, equal to average. And then come here all the way to the bottom. This time, if you're not careful, this is going to do this all the way to total, right? It's going to do this. Oh God, I've messed it up now. It's going to do this all the way to total because it will pick all of this and then pick it up to total. Now, if it does that, my God, what's going on? If it does that, don't fret, don't worry. I don't think anybody will give you stuff like this anyway. But if it does that, it's fine. Find a way of doing it. Come down and then go Control Enter. See, it's done everything all the way here. So if you come here and you double click that, you'll see that it's taking it all the way there. Just pull it up. Please bear with me. Excel can be naughty sometimes. Okay, clear this content. Okay, Control Shift side equal to the average all the way from here to here. And then you can just hold Shift and go up once. So once you do Control Shift down, it stops at total. I know you can't see it here, but if you can see the edge here, you will see that it is added. It has added John, David, Mike, Simon, Smith to total. Now take your hand off the control, hold on to the Shift and go up once. See, it brings it here.
Mr. Ayo, sorry, Sarah is in the lobby.
Right, okay, thank you, Elsie, for checking that. So it brings it there, and then you can do Control Enter. Control Enter. So now it knows where to stop. So if you click here now, you know it's stopping here. Yeah, okay. The same thing, if we want to do highest, I'm going to select that, and I'm going to do equal to what is the highest? Highest is, oh my God, I can see I've gone blank now. Bloody hell. So, please help me with this one.
Is it not Max?
Max.
Thank you. Max. Okay, Max. And then you come here to the top and then you do Control Shift down. See, it takes total all the way to average, right? Then you take your hand off control, you just go up 1, 2 to Smith, and you do Control Enter. Does the same thing for you as well. Same with this one, Control Shift side equal to, if it's max, then that's going to be min. And then you do the same thing. Come here to the top, Control Shift down. It takes it all the way to highest. You don't want it to go highest. You hold just Shift and 1, 2, 3 up. And then you do your Control Enter. It fills it up straight away. Okay, so everybody, I give you 30 seconds. We should be able to do this in 30 seconds. The one on the side, see this one I've done, you can leave it in your own spare time because you will have to go back to your paper and mess about with it. Yeah, so please, can we all do this one very quickly? And again, can I ask, please, if you're on a phone, I beg you, and you're home, please connect to a laptop and do these things. Right, this is the time to make your mistakes and we can correct them. Well, your group is lucky. You have Sarah, you have Elsie, you have a couple more people that would help you in between. But I'd rather you made your mistake now, got over it, and when you go to them, for tutoring and stuff, you have more challenges. Like I was speaking to Elsie, if anybody was listening, Elsie has also done some boot camp and they did data analysis with Excel and they gave them some projects and stuff. And I've said, please, Elsie, share with the group. And she's happy to share it. So instead of going to redo what we're already spending time to do now, I'll prefer for you to go to that group and then have more problems. Well, good problems. So yeah, few seconds. If you finish, just send me a chat in the group to say, AYO, move on, we've done this. If you need help, shout out, ask someone in the group, and they're going to help. Thank you, Teresa. Well done. I hope you use the Control-Shift button for everything and you selected all in a go. I know it's just 3 columns and it looks easy and you can just do it on your own, but please, let's start using a fast method. It is the same method you use for 3 columns that you will use for 35 columns later on. So let's learn the methods. Femi, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, just for benefit of doubt, for those that haven't done it still, again, here we want to do average. And it's easy to do it one. And some people will say, look, I'll just do one, and then I'll come here and I drag it. Yes, it's fine. You can do that. However, imagine your data spans from A all the way to IV. Then that's a hell of a lot of dragging that you will need to do. And once you drag, if you have a very large work table like me, your hand will go from one side of the table to the other end of the table, and you're not done. And you start moving your mouth and carrying up and moving again and moving again. And in the course of that, you will make mistakes. I say this to people, and you can quote me anywhere. You will make mistakes because you will have jumped to one column, especially if this, look, this is looking nice and neat now because look, we have only 3 lines, 10 rows and all of that. When you have proper data, bro, you will make mistakes. You will, because you see numbers from 1 to 29,000 to 150,000, and it goes from A to G. And you're dragging and you're dragging, and you can see I'm trying to drag and this thing is expanding. You will make mistakes. So please, let's try to be clinical when we're doing whatever we're doing. Control-Shift side equal to average. Oops, I don't want to have def. No, silly. Average. Yep. And then that shift down, it stops her fish. That's what we want. Cover your bracket, Control, Enter. It does everything for you straight away, right? Same for total. We know total is sum. First of all, we select everything we need. Control-Shift side, and then equal to, like, you know, every function starts with a sum. Every formula in Excel starts with an equal to. Control-Shift down is picked on average. We don't want average. I do shift and up 1, I'm done, Control, Enter. Okay, I'm done. Okay, let's forget about that. Now, here, sorry. Can I also say, guys, please, if I am going too fast, slow me down. Please, slow me down. Do not ever think, oh yeah, I'm pulling the class down. Let me tell you something I did years ago when I was doing my master's degree in London. I was doing telecoms engineering, and what the man was teaching me was going above my head. So I'll start telling him, guy, slow down. The whole class knew me. There was no concept he thought. I would say slow down. Every time people got tired. But guess what? When I got my first class from my distinction from the course, nobody could say anything. All the people that were saying, oh, you are talking too much, none of them got a distinction in my master's. Okay, but slow me down, because this is your own learning. Please learn that. This is your learning. Forget about any other person. You learn. Okay, so if I'm going too fast for you, slow me down. This bit here, which is what I call cumulative frequency. I put it here because this is going to come out in your project for tonight. Well, the kind of assignment that I'm going to give you. How do you find cumulative frequency? I've been for an interview and this is the only question they gave me. Would you believe that? You know what cumulative frequency is? Do it such that this is 10, then this one is 10 plus 30, 40, and it's 40 plus 50 making 55, and 55 plus 50 making 105, plus 25 making 120, plus 121 making 131. Okay? And it looks easy, but it is quite difficult. And you will be surprised. This is what you may get this to. Right? Now, there is a way to do this, which I am hoping we don't need to do. We're going to do it at some point next week, but just for the benefit of doing it, I'm going to do equal to sum. Then see sum, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do shift and column that and close the bracket and do OK. Oh, control enter. Oh, why are you silly me? I have to start it again. Ah. See, I told you to do something and I'm not doing it. Bad teacher. Okay. That. No way. Equal to sum. And it's going to be that, column that, and then cover the bracket, control, enter. However, that's not done it. I'll go back here and try to change that. And I'm going to do what I call function F4. Now look at that. That's changed everything there, which we are going to learn this at some point next week. Cell referencing and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to do control enter. Look at that. It's done everything for me straight away. Okay, this is a cool trick. You don't need to.
Can you do it again?
Yes, I can. You don't need to know this for any reason, unless when you're going to interview, just keep this skill. It may just be your interview question. Okay, I've put it there just so I don't forget. Because after I met it on the interview, I thought, right, people must know this. Okay. 1 sec. Okay, so I'll do that again. Let's call this cumulative frequency. What did I do? So I came here and I selected all the, well, you know this one, control shift down, assuming there is a table there and all that. And I said equal to sum, right? When I did equal to sum, then I came here to pick the first number here, 10. Then instantly I pressed shift column. Once I press shift column, it brings out the second B by itself. So this B3 you're seeing here, I'm not the one that did it. All I just put in is this column. The moment I put this column here, it sprung this one up on me, right? I'm going to close that bracket. But before I finish it up, I'm going to I'm not going to click anything yet, right? I'm going to navigate all the way to the top here where I see my stuff. I'm going to click in between, well, anywhere for the first B3, and I'm going to press function F4. Can you see how things are changing? It's now giving me $B, $3. If I press function F4 again, it gives me B, $3. If I press it again, it gives me $B3. If I press it again, it gives me B3. If I press it one more time, $B, $3. And now I'm done. All I just need to do is control enter, and it does everything for me. Now, again, Thank you very much, Olabisi. Olabisi, let me ask you, have you done this before? Have you done relative and absolute referencing before? Hello, Olabisi, please. Unmute.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Have you used it for cumulative frequency before?
Yes. I find it online,
Okay.
and I make use of it.
Okay,
Yes.
that's very good. Okay, I'm glad that Olabisi knows this, and we're going to be using it at some point. But again, please, guys, don't worry too much about it. It's called absolute or relative referencing. But please, just know this for an interview in case some of you get an interview in the next 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah. Now, okay, we're going to move past that today, and we're going to do a bit of formatting. Again, these are easy stuff. Remember, guys, I'm glad that some of you know how to do use Excel already and all that. And if it's too easy for you, please bear with us. We're going on from basic to much more complicated stuff. Right. Look at this. We want to change it to currency. Right? It says change this to currency. We all know what to do. You can either go here and change the currency. It does that for you. You can go here and change the currency. It does that for you. But hang on. What if you're dealing with Singapore money? What if you have to do this? I have a friend in the UK that works for a law firm in the US, but she's in the UK. I think COVID has thrown everything open for everyone now. 1 second. Sorry. Okay, so most of the work they are doing, even though it says currency, they're not using UK currency. They use dollars. When it comes to date, they're not using our date style. So you need to know how to change your stuff. Again, these are easy stuff, but how do we go into this? Right click and go to format cell. Once you click on format cell, this comes up. You can go to currency. Now look at that symbol. You can scroll down, whatever you want. You'll be surprised that Excel even has Naira. Yeah, there's Yoruba Naira, there is Hausa Naira, there's Edo Naira. I don't know who is Fula, whether it's Fulani. See, Hausa, Ibibio, Igbo, Kanuri, Yoruba. See, anything here. Let's say this is Naira, and I'm praying, hoping one day. I know some companies already use these tools, by the way, especially Power BI, Tableau. I know a friend was just relocated, and they use this a lot. Power BI, and think about it, they're going to be using Naira. So look, that. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to waste too much time on that. Formatting, border format. Okay, border lines. Again, easy stuff. You can right click all of this, right click and format the cell. You can go to alignment. You can go here. Look, if I do the outline, I can do that. I can make it, see, it makes it thick. I can do that. Whatever I want to do there. See that? Whatever you want to do, you can do it using formatting. Also, you can even come here to the top here and look, you've got a bit of it here. See, thick outside borders. It does that for you. If you're not sure about that, hang on, let me see. Thick outside borders. Control Shift side. Okay, so again, someone said, what if we couldn't do this one the other time, right? So let's use a thick outside border without even creating a table. Copy and insert just this. So look, this is our data. You know, if you want to do any one of this, if you do Control Shift side, it flies to the other end. Okay, let's bring it back. How about we come here again, select your data, and then you just do thick outside borders. Let's see whether it's going to make any difference. No, it doesn't work. Sorry. Okay. So we'll move on from there. Okay. With this, what else can you do? You can do much more from here. If you want, you can draw the border yourself. You can erase the border. You can change the line color. I'm not going to waste time on that. Right. For this one, and the host let me in, of course. Yes, sorry. Okay. With this, again, decimal places, you can do it here. You can right click and format cell, number, and then see, you change the decimal
Excuse me.
places.
Right now.
Hi, Jenica, are you calling me?
No, sorry.
All
I
right,
didn't
cool.
realize I was unmuted. Sorry.
All right, okay. So you can do that here. You can do your, what's it called? Decimal places here. Yep, that's allowed. You can use 1,000 separators if the number is big numbers, whatever. Okay. If it's money, you can take it to accounting or currency. It knows to do it to 2 decimal places and stuff like that. There's another way you can do it at the top here. You can see this little one here. You can start decreasing it. You can also use functions actually. So you can go equal to round. See, can round it down.
AYO, sorry, someone is waiting as well.
No, I think they've all gone in. Yeah,
Oh.
okay. Thank you for telling me to increase the font size. Please always remind me. Apologies, please. Is that big enough, Tifa? Tifa, is this big enough? Well, guys, is this one big enough?
Yes, yes, we are okay.
All right, cool.
Please, thank you.
Okay, so yeah, you can also round down equal to round. So you can round, let's say round, and see, it says round, then how many number of digits do you want? So this one says to 3 decimal places, right? So I can come here, go away. So I can come here and go equal to round, and then pick this up, and then say, you know what, I want 3 digits, and that's it. I've said to you guys, always watch this. Every function you use will tell you how to use it. This is saying, what's the number you want to round and how many digits, right? How many digits? Then you can just say, okay, 3 digits, 4 digits, whatever, and then enter. It does it for you. Again, straightforward stuff. We're not going to waste too much time on that. I expect that you guys in your time, you're going to do this. Okay, so I won't waste much time on all this page. Again, we are done with that page. Now, let's do a little bit of formatting here. Now, someone will say, oh, yeah, these are basic stuff. Why do I need this thing? You'll be surprised. If you're working in BI, you're mostly working with money. This is the difference between a data analyst and BI. You see a data analyst, you can go and work for meteorological department. You can go and work for whatever. If you are in BI, it's called business intelligence. You are central. You are like the accountant. Well, you have an accountant, and the accountant has an overview of what's happening, but you are helping the accountant. The accountant needs reports. They need everything. This is you. Okay, so numbers are quite important. Don't worry about the maths. They'll teach you. The accountant will tell you, I want you to multiply it by this and that and that. Don't worry, you won't have to do the maths by yourself. That's their job. Okay, I'm sure everyone knows how to do bold. If you want to do bold, you can select this and do bold here on bold, or you can just use a Control B. Do this and Control B. That's going to bold for you. If you want to underline, you can use this one or use Control U. If you want to change fonts, mess about here. Again, anything you want to do, honestly, come to format and then alignment. You can wrap your text, you can merge cells, you can change your font here, you can change the font, you can change the style, you can change the size, you can create borders, you can fill the color, blah, 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 blah. Again, background, You can change your background however you want to do it. Okay. So color formatting, we are going to see in front. There's a way of doing color formatting according to values. We're going to sort that one out at some point. Okay. Percentages. I have brought in percentages here because at some point you will be asked to calculate VAT. Right? Now, the first person on my list is Chinyere. Chinyere, can you tell me, if I want to increase a number by 12%, what do I do?
You multiply the number by 0.12.
Multiply the number by 0.12. Okay, thank you, Femi, for that. I'll hold that thought. If it's correct or not, I don't know. Okay, let me ask. Does anyone agree with Femi?
Actually, I disagree with myself. Divided by 1.12.
1.12. Okay, thank you very much for correcting yourself, Femi. So, yep, Ife, thank you very much. Does anyone not agree with 1.12? Okay, well, this is the logic behind it. If you want to increase something by 12%, that means what you had before was 100%. Whatever the amount was your 100%. Now you want to increase it by 12% more. Yeah. Now in total, you've got 112%. And what's percent? Percent just means divide by 100. Divide 112, divide by 2, you get 1.12. Yeah. The same thing. So all you just need to do is come here and multiply this by 1.12. In the same vein, in the same way, if you have to decrease by 10, oh, I just bit my tongue, sorry. Okay, in the same vein, if you want to decrease by 10%, what you originally had was 100%. Yeah, and they tell you to decrease it by 10%. Okay, I decreased by 10%. What do you have left? 90%. Yeah, and what's 90%? 0.9. So basically, all you need to do is just multiply this by 1.12, multiply this by 0.9. If you can sort this out, if you can get this logic sorted, that's it. You don't need to start saying, oh, times I'll divide this by 0.12, then add to this one. No, this is a faster way of doing it. So I'm going to select all of this equal to that multiplied by 1.12. Control Enter, and I'll do the same here as well. Go away. 1 sec. Please give me 1 sec, guys. Hello. 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 All right, number. Okay. Well, okay. So the next one, again, if you select all of this, in your own time, guys, you can create the table if you want to do Control Shift down so it doesn't go out, equal to that multiplied by 0.9, Control Enter, you are done. Right. Does anyone not understand this? We know VAT is 20%. And they're going to say this is the price. Find give us the VAT, give us the VAT price. Yeah. Now let's do it. Okay. One of the exercises I'm going to ask you to do, guys, is this. So let's say this is the price you bought an item in total, including VAT. They've now asked you to find the original price. Right. This is the class now. I'm going to start with Aborisha Oluwaseyi. How would we get there? You find the original. This price is total VAT included. What's the original price? Can anyone help me? Aborishade, Oluwaseyi, what do you think?
I just give it a try. Should be the original price minus the VAT is 20%. Okay. So the original price minus.
Shall I come back to you? So you can do the math, because let me warn you now. Let me warn you now, because if you give me the answer, I'll tell you to go back from the original and get me the total, including VAT back. So please, do your math very well. Okay.
Okay, come back to me.
We have Guru in this class.
Let me brainstorm.
Ife is already asking question. Femi is already okay. See, okay, I'll come to them. Chinyere, you're next on my screen. How do we solve this? Chinyere is not answering my question today. Okay, I'll come back to you. Jinika, can you help us out with this? Do you understand my question? Everyone's laptop is going mute now. Okay, go on.
Everybody's trying.
Can you hear it? I just did it my own way, which I used to calculate percentages.
You use the calculator.
You said VAT.
Okay, no, go on.
Yeah.
Go on. Use the calculator. Okay, go on. Go on.
You said the VAT is 20%, right? So you have to find 20% of what that is, which is 7.38. So you divide, you minus 738 from this price.
Yes, and then you get what?
1 second. 7.38. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Ife, you are the next on my screen. Chinyere.
29.52.
Sorry?
29.52.
29.52. Can someone who is mathematical and has a calculator? Okay, you know what? We don't have to do that. Let me spare you. Let me say this equal to that times 1.2. Wait, Jinika, what have you done? You have made our company lose money.
It's even higher.
Sorry?
I said it's higher.
It's higher. We say it's higher. You didn't answer our question when I called you. You're saying it's higher now.
I don't understand. I'm trying.
Okay. GDK has given us a value, but we still not arrived at this value. What is going on? Ife, you've been telling me VAT is 20%. Yes. Okay, come on, help us out. What should we do?
I multiplied by 0.8, but then when I tried to get back the amount, I didn't get back the amount, so I don't know what's happening.
So you got equal to this times 0.8, and you got this. You got the same thing. Okay, right, guys. These little things, right, and this is what separates you from a data analyst in reality. The data analyst doesn't care about all these values. Yes, they may just do their research and whatever. You are working for a business. You are their financial eye. If you bring this report to someone, look at that, 1.5 has gone in, right? Let's imagine, right, that this is 36 million and you've told us it's 35 million. You know, 1.5 million, 1.5 million is missing somewhere. Okay, we have a problem. Okay, Olabisi Solomon, Can you help us?
No idea, sir.
Yes. You're not, did you say you're not here?
It's a new idea.
No, nah, lie. You will give us idea. Everybody must give us idea. Even Chinyere. Chinyere thinks she's escaping this one. She's not. Oh, yeah, we're waiting. Okay. Mr. Olamide, how are we doing? Or Mrs. Olamide? Sorry. Olamide, okay. Teresa, can you help us? Okay.
Hello.
Yes,
Let
go
me
on.
try.
Sorry?
Yeah, I think the original value should be the value with VAT times 0.8.
The value with VAT,
Yeah,
this one,
yeah, times
0.8. That's what we
0.8.
got. And now,
Okay.
now we got it, and we now try to times this by by 1.2. We're not getting back that value.
Oh.
Good try. Tifa, can you help us?
Hello.
Yes.
That total value inclusive, VAT inclusive, that is 20% is VAT, right?
Yes.
Yes. And for us to get the original value, that have to be that price divided by 0.2.
This price
Yeah, divided by 0.2.
divided by 0.2.
Yes.
Okay, equal to that divide by 0.2. Ah, bro, what have you done?
I'm coming.
Could the problem be with like
Oh,
decimals?
Mr. Ayo, you put 0.2. You put 0.2.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said 0.2. He said this divided by 0.2. That's what I did. Look.
I'm coming.
No, that's wrong.
Sarah, you know it's wrong, right?
Yeah.
That's what he's telling me to do.
I'm coming.
Yes, I want to be a data analyst and I must be a data analyst. Okay, data analyst, let us solve this problem. Sarah, please note the people that are not talking to me.
Don't worry, I have camera surveillance on all of them.
Thank you. They are the ones I'm going to be picking up from next week.
2x.
Okay, all right. Let's leave this. Let's park this, guys. So I'm going to put you, I'm going to give you this headache to go and sort out. 360, 6.9 is price with VAT included. What is the original price? We won't let that one disturb us. I know there are many gurus in this class, so you'll find the problem for us, or the solution rather. Okay, I've sent it to the group chat. We can sort that out. Okay. We did a bit of this last week. I'm just bringing it again so that we are familiar with everything we're doing. Why am I messing about now with dates? The first port of call as a BI engineer, BI developer, whatever you do, remember you're dealing with dates. What dates did this sale occur? All the sales from yesterday, do we have all the values in? How are we doing? Okay, we want to see our monthly report. We want to see our daily report. We want to see our weekly report. It's date. Guys, you may be lucky you won't even need Excel in your company. but I can assure you majority of companies are still using Excel. Okay, how do we do day name? We did this last week. Can someone remind me of what we used? The function we used?
Text.
Thank you. Text. We use text. And this one is just saying we want, so this is the date. And it says, what do you want it to be? I want it in day name, right? So I'm going to go day, D. And I don't think this is going to work. Can someone tell me why this is not working? Anyone? I've deliberately
It's
put
only
an error.
supposed to be double inverted commas.
Thank you
not
very
just
much.
one.
Thank you. Okay. So please note, when we start working on SQL Server, you're going to be using single inverted commas for text. Or when we are on Excel, you use double inverted commas. Please note that difference. As simple as it sounds, it will wake you up in the middle of the night and you're thinking about it. There you go. Okay. Now I know some of you, I've told you not to do this, but yeah, I can do it because I'm the teacher. But yeah, get your data in a table and mess about with it. Month name, the same. Text. Okay. That's the date. Comma. MMMM. Full month. MM. 2 digits. M single digits. MMM. 3 letters. 4 M's. Full letters. And there you go. Okay. Again, because we messed about with this last week, I won't ask us to focus on this today. I'm sure everyone here, could the issues have to do with the decimals? If he has not gone past this thing, if no, I don't think it has to do with the decimals. Because if you look at the values, hey, Olabisi has done math. Olabisi. See, I'm teaching and people are not paying attention anymore. Okay, Olabisi, tell us what you did.
Okay, this is what okay. Hello?
Yeah, I can
This is
hear
what
you.
happened. You know that normally the original price is supposed to be 100.
Yes.
Yes, whereas the VAT is supposed to be 20%.
20%.
And 20% of the 100. Normally, I'm just trying to use the 100 as an example. 20% of 100, when you get the amount of the VAT, you have to multiply, you have to add it together with the original price to get both VAT inclusive, both the original price and VAT inclusive. Now, if you want to get the original price, that means since the original price is 100 and VAT is 0.2, that is 1 plus 20% is 0.2. And for you to get the original price, which is X, that is have to be 1 plus 0.2. That is 1.2. Now divide 1.2 divided by that 36.9. Are you able to get the original price?
Hey, finally. Okay. So that times 1.2. Olabisi Solomon has done the miracle for us today. Solomon, your name is Solomon, right? Obisi?
Olabisi is my name.
Olabisi, okay. So when
Yes.
you guys go back to because you're going to be having classes in between the week, you'll be called upon to do this again.
Yes.
So please, thank you very much for explaining that. I really appreciate that. Thank
It's
you.
my pleasure.
Because
Yes,
here, remember that this includes your 100% plus your 20%. And you want to get it back. Just divide it by 1.2. It gives you the 1. Yeah, 1.2 divided by 1.2 gives you 1, which is the 100%. Okay. By the way. Okay. I'm going to leave you guys with this. If I was you guys, I would mess about with all the type of dates that I could lay my hands on. And you will be surprised. Look. Format. Date. See? There are a few dates here. Mess about. You can change location and see what their dates look like here as well. Yeah? Okay? Please do the date, DDD, whatever it is. Do as much as you want. Practice it and get it in. Okay? Now, I'm going to leave that now and start doing serious stuff now. Now, when I say serious stuff, it's only this last two that's going to be almost tricky. But yeah, let's do a few things. You've got data, and they've said, hang on, we want the initial. So our database or whatever we're getting our data from, they have names and full names, name and surname. But actually, we only want the first letters of the names. Can anyone help us with a function? Has anyone worked on any function that will give you the first letter? Anybody? Can anyone help us with any function at all that would help us to extract the initials? And please, guys, don't worry if you've said the wrong thing or the right thing. Please, this is our class. No one is laughing at each other here. We're learning. So please let me know. Has anyone done anything like that? Anyone? Okay.
I think it's the left and right function.
Thank you very much. It is a left function, left and right function. Now, what you have said there, Aborish Adoluwashe, is a big word. How do you use your right function? I'm going to hold you to task because you've said something. The left function is an easy function to use. The right function is not as easy. So tell me, have you used this before?
Yeah, I have.
Good. So in the next page, I think, or 2 pages from now, you're going to help me, especially with the right function, right? But now let's all look at how the left function works. So I want to get that, the first letter. So I'm just going to say equal to the left. And look at what it says. It says the left will return the specified number of characters from the start of a text string. So if I say I wanted to return 2 characters from the start of a text string, it's going to go to S and Y. If I say 3 characters, it's going to go 1, 2, 3. If I say 4 characters, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's do that. Left, that's the text. Because it's initial, we're looking for, I choose just 1 and I do enter, and it does everything for me. I shouldn't really be doing this pull down button, but yeah. Yeah, look at that. Easy peasy, right? Left is easy. Thank you, Femi. Femi says is there. Okay, first in the waiting room. Okay, that's easy. Fantastic. Yeah. If I want to do short month date, okay, now we've got 2 options. I can either use equal to text and then get, actually, equal to text is not going to work here, is it? No, because this should deal with a value, and that's not going to work. Because if I do here, it's going to kick off and say, I have no idea what you're talking about. Because this is not a value. This is not a date. We can't change text to text. It doesn't make any sense. So to do that now, we're going to have to use our left function, equal to the left. And we know that since it's 3 days of month, we want that. And we'll say 3. Okay, Control Enter. That should do everything all the way to the bottom. Easy peasy. This is just to introduce left functions to those who have not used left before. You use left, and then it tells you how many characters you want to bring in. 1, 2, 3, whatever. Okay. Before we go on to the next one, which is the proper, well, this is the proper left ones now and the right ones. There is something here. What if we want to bring full names together? Can anyone help us? What function do we use to bring full name from 2 columns?
We concatenate.
Concatenate. Thank you very much. concatenate. But then when you concatenate, you need to understand that concatenate will just bring this and this together without any space. Now, look, concatenate. This is concatenate. It will join several text strings into one string. Okay. So what it says, what's the first text? That's the first text. Comma. What's text 2? Text 2. Okay, and so on. If I do enter now, see what it does. It does the name, but without a space.
What was trim?
Sorry?
Trim.
Okay, you want us to use trim. Okay, what does trim do? Trim is going to remove all spaces from.
Yes, you are right.
Sorry?
I remember you are right. It will remove.
It will remove all spaces, right? So here we already have the space removed. So we can't use trim here. Now, a good way of looking at this is this. When you say concatenate, you leave a space and then you put an empty string, because empty is a text. So you say inverted comma, space, inverted comma, and then comma. So basically, that is the first text. That here is the second text, and that's the third text. So that space here is actually a text. The empty space there is a text. Enter and you're done. So when you're concatenating, remember that concatenate just brings two stuff together, but it doesn't put a space in between. But what you can do is to create space for it, because that in itself is a text. Again, guys, I know I'm rushing. The reason why I'm rushing is because this bit is a bit easy. But if it's too fast for you, stop me. Stop me. Okay. We're done with this page. I'm going to move on to a different page now. Oh, this is dead easy. I'm not going to waste time on this. So look, we have name. This is how Donald Trump writes his. I don't know if anybody knows, seen Donald Trump writing before. The guy is dumb. I'm sorry.
So, Sayo.
Yes, sir.
So in the case of bringing the those two names together,
Yes.
If I decide to, okay, since I know that the first name is and the last name, if I decide to write it, maybe probably using writing manually, like settings and applying the autofill, so that the whole thing will come up.
What's
by using
autofill?
autofill? Yes.
How do you mean? How do you mean? Sorry.
Or flash, they used to call flash. Like for example, now this first name,
Yes.
if I write it manually, are you getting it? And I leave a space and I write son.
Yes. Okay. So
the other ones will come. Yes.
These are the cooler stuffs from the new Microsoft, right? 365.
Yes.
Yes. I can't remember if it works for. Wait, there was 2016. There was 2010 before 365.
It worked for 2016 also.
Yeah, I think.
I think I understand what he's saying.
I think 2016 was when it started becoming super cool.
Yes.
Yeah, but trust me, most of the companies you work for, they are having servers and stuff. You're still working with Excel. Well, okay, maybe you have 365. Yeah, okay, fair enough. You have that. You can do that, but again, now that is what a layman will do. But now you putting your BI cap on. Let me tell you where the problem will be. One day there's going to be a data and you think it has autofilled, but somebody has broken the link in between.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
You know, you do know that when you autofill, you only need to break the link in between. The others will not answer you again.
Yes.
Good. Now, you have.
But I will have done the cleaning of the data, right?
No, wait. Let me finish what I'm saying. Okay. So you, in your mind now, you've completed that. This data, nothing. I've got it, right? And then you've now done an overnight job. Every work that was done yesterday, I want you to load it into our data warehouse, so that when the boss comes in the morning, bang, he's got his report at 2 a.m. everything starts going. Wow, 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 wow. They start, all the systems start ringing, and then you get a call from the system. Something is broken. Bro, you see this mistake, this one mistake that you did, you will be there for 4 hours. You won't find it out. Sarah will tell you last week, the last class we did, and also too will tell you, there were nights that we were teaching, we've had to end the class, the call quickly. Because when I'm on call, any day I'm on call on Friday, it's okay, I'm on call once in 5 weeks, 1 week out of 5. And you'll be surprised the little things that break data. And there are days where 3 nights in a row I've not slept. Yes, it's extra money, but then it messes with your body clock. Yeah, and you'll be surprised. This little autofill that you did, what you've done is you've said, Excel, you take control. I'm not in charge anymore. And Excel will take charge. And then something has broken between. They'll wake you up 4 hours. At the 4th hour, after you've almost pulled out all your hair, that's when you see it. Then you start swearing under your breath and say, what the hell? Yeah? So this is why we're not trying to do, in fact, when we're trying to load data and do whatever we do, and there are some boxes that say, look, this is plug and play, we'll do it for you. You just tell us. I'll say, no, don't do that. You are now the boss of Excel. You are now the boss of data. You constrain it to what you want it to do. That's what makes you different from every other person using data. Please take note. It may look easy, and it's easy to you because before now, you're not concerned about what the data does after you've seen it. But now, you're now working from the other side. Trust me, that little auto thing you did will give you nightmares. So let's be careful. Okay.
Okay, thanks, sir.
No worries. No worries. Okay. So we look at this uppercase. How do we do that? I can go here and say equal to upper. There's a function called upper. And then just do this, Control Enter. It does it for you. Everything in uppercase. I was trying to tell you people that this is how Donald Trump writes his thing. I know there are some Donald Trump supporters here. If you're a Donald Trump supporter, please don't tell me because we won't be friends. Okay. All right. Sorry, we'll be friends. Don't worry. Okay. So that's it. And why do we do this? There are sometimes you've gone onto a computer. You've gone on to Next to register your name, and you can't be bothered as you're typing J. Your hand tap on caps lock, and it's coming as small letter O and then capital letter N. Or as you're doing it, your child is disturbing you and something has happened, and the data has gone like this, and you want to do a report. Your boss is not going to be happy to see a report like this. Okay. You can also do lower, equal to lower. Yeah. This does everything for you there, like that. Again, they've told us not to be using capital because it looks like you're shouting, and this one looks rude. So what's the best thing? There's one called proper. Okay. Proper does it for you properly. And that's it. See, you are constraining your data. Now look, see what's going to happen here. I'm going to write, and what you're doing here as you're constraining this is going to be happening straight away. So I'm going to be writing my name now. I'll say AYO, OPO, whatever it is. I'm just messing about now. And I say enter. Can you see that? Straight away, it feels it. This one knows, okay, like, this is silly. Let me just say AYO. Damn it, Lola. Yeah, if I do enter, yeah, it's done this, it's done this, it's done this. So just imagine that you are the BI developer of a place, and you know that data is coming in, and you've constrained that to say, look, it doesn't matter what Fiona does when she's filling the form. It doesn't matter what a Rebecca does when she's filling the form. Once it gets here, that's fine. I want you to transform it to look like this. That's what they're calling ETL. You're doing your ETL gradually. You're transforming your data. And once you do this, it won't break anything in your data warehouse. I hope I'm beginning to change your mindset gradually. Okay. Now, this is where it gets a bit tricky for the night. This is actually 2 more scripts. We've gone really fast tonight. Okay. But here, I want to extract the first name alone, and also on the other side, the last name. And I'm going to slow down really good here because this can be tricky. Can I just ask, have I left anyone behind so far? Someone says, Ayo, I'm lost. Please talk to me now. Anybody? Okay, fantastic. Chinyere is still not talking to me. Teresa has spoken to me today. Teresa is pretending as if our voice, our phone, this thing is muted. But she forgot that she spoke to me earlier today. When I told her to do VAT, she didn't talk to me again. Okay, Teresa, my eyes are
Mr. Ayo,
yes.
I think Ife is in the waiting room, please.
I can't see him, you know. No,
Because he said he's waiting.
He's already in the class. I think he sent that a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in the class already.
Yes, I'm in. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Tifatu is not speaking to me. Guys, please, I need feedback just to know that we're on the same page. Even if it's too easy for you, please just say it's too easy, okay? It's still a feedback, please. Okay. Sheyi, Sheyi, which one is your first name? Sorry. Sheyi. Now, you said you've used a left function. Help me out here. I want to return only the first names of these guys in this column.
Remember this. I know it's tricky.
How do I do it?
You use the left function, I think. Yeah.
We will use the left function. So you tell me how to do it. Equal to left.
Equals to left. Then
Of the text.
click on the cell. Yeah.
Yeah. Comma. How many characters?
This way it gets tricky.
It shouldn't get tricky. Sorry?
We can't count the exact character because
One character.
One character?
Yes.
Oga?
We can use one. We want the all first
For
name.
for the full
The
name.
first name here is 4.
Yes, for the full name. Yes.
Okay. Wait now, Sheyi, calm down now. Let's listen to Mr. Olabisi. Mr. Olabisi 1. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Enter. Is your name Mr. J? If you come to the bank now, you say, I need my money. I say, we've given your money to Mr. J. Will you be happy? So, tell me. J, I'm back to you. How do we do this?
Sir. Sorry, hello?
Yes, go on.
In my own case, when I did it then, when I used the left function, you get it. And after the text, and I use search.
You used search.
Yes.
That is impressive. Search.
Yes.
What did you search for?
After the search, and I opened the bracket and I put the double apostrophe twice. And I put comma. And I use the A2 comma and I put 1.
1.
A2, I put A2, the same A2, the same A2. A2, comma 1. And you now close the whole bracket. You first want to use small bracket and big brackets.
The thing no answer.
You use small bracket and big bracket.
I've used small bracket.
Have to be a small bracket and you now close with a big bracket for that A2 bracket 1 that you use.
So use bracket here.
No. At the back of that one, the 1, has to be a big bracket again.
Another big bracket.
Yes.
Oh boy.
How you go?
The thing no
All
answer.
I did now.
But no,
That's what I
that
did.
was a good idea. I like what you did. I'm sure you've done. Where did you do this before?
Yes, on the IBM.
Okay. What's IBM?
The
IBM is,
EDS,
like an
ED something.
organization that-
What's EDS? Sorry.
Yes, I'm coming. I used to. It's EDS. That is data analysis basic for everyone.
Is that a course?
That is,
EDX.
yes, a course. Yes,
course.
yes.
Okay. What you hear me? Okay. Cool. All right. So let's fix this now. I like the fact that you've brought something in. This is not going to work. Now I'm going to explain why this is not going to work to you. Olabisi said, let's do one, right? If we do one, it brings everybody's first name. We don't want that first letter. Someone will say, hang on, we can use 4. Yes. If we use 4, see what happens. It brings John, it works because John is 4 letters. But look at what it does to the other names. It cuts them off at 4. We need a function that works for everything here. Yeah.
I forgot this. Yeah.
So how do we do that? We need to use a search button, a search function, or what I normally would use is a find. So the idea is, I'm going to talk about it in English first, and then we'll talk about it in code form, right? The idea is, I say, look, I want you to go and bring the left numbers, the left characters. Then it says, where do I stop? I say, look, if you stop at the 4th one, it cancels out all the other letters that are more than 4. So I want you to find it in such a way that don't deal with characters. Go and find space for me. Find the space. When you find the space, that's all I need. Stop at the space. Oh, so it's going to say, okay, that's fine. I'll go here. I'll find the space. Oh, the space is just after John, after Alan, after Rawson, after Maryland, after Daniel, and it's going to return the names. That's the entire idea for doing that. Because if I had coded it with this, yeah, it would come back here to find 4 letters. And we do not want that. So instead of using 4 here, I'm going to say, look, do a find. And look at what a find does. A find is going to return the starting position of one text string with another text string. So I click that and see what it says. It says find a text. Find text. So what are we looking for? What do you want to look for? If I put N here, it's going to go and look and stop at N. Stop at N, stop at N, stop at N, stop at N, stop at N. But look, I want the space because space is common to all the names. So I say go and find that. Comma. It says within what text? Well, find it within this text. And that's all. And I close my bracket and I do enter. See that? If I pull that down, see what it does. Does it make any sense? All right, I'm going to stop there and pause and let everyone take this in. Is everyone happy with this?
Let's look at it again.
Okay, AYO, it looks like magic. Do this again. Let me hear your voice now. Raise your hand or something. Give me a sign. Let me know.
So I have a question.
Okay, let's put down ice first. I'll go back to the last function here. And this says, yeah, right? Find, why did I even miss this one? I've jumped to the difficult one and I've missed one. You guys did not stop me. Okay, let's keep this on ice for now. I'll come back here. This is find the number of characters of each name. The number of characters of each name. Please look. I want to find the number of characters. How many characters do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. John Daniel is 10. But see what's going to happen here. It's going to give me 11. And I know that you guys already know how and why. I put len equal to len. Len is the function. It returns the number of characters. Okay. Put that there. Click equal to. It's giving me 11. Where did 11 come from? Anyone?
The space is
Thank you very
Space.
much. Thank you. So it is the space. Now, how do I get rid of the space to get the actual answer to this? I'm going to go back to the code and say, look, -1.
-1.
Thank you. And that gives me 10. Okay. So now we're good. Whatever it is, if I have AYO, John Cena, whatever it is, with all the space, it just gives me the necessary stuff. In fact, this one is not going to work, is it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This one has added 2 spaces. So we have a problem here. So we need to go and find a way of hard coding it so that everything is the same. Either you start saying, look, we're going to double barrel names so that everything works well, or something. But anyway, that's beyond, that's by the way. Okay, so let's take this off. Take this off. Okay, so now we can find number of characters. We're going to use this idea later on for the next one, finding the number of characters, right? Okay, what about if we want to find the number of character of the first name? Yeah, we want to find the number of characters of just the first name. Here, we're also going to use what I call find. So equal to find. So I say, actually, what does find do? Find will return the starting position of one text string within another text string. It will return the starting position. So hang on, if I say go and find space, it will tell me space is on number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what it's going to return. But does that count the character of the first name? For every first name, it will always add 1 to it because of the space. So actually, I have to do a -1, and that would give me my answer. Okay, so let's run this. Find what? Space. Yep. And within that text, and close it. Look at what it does. See, it's giving me 5. Let's draw this all the way down. It's giving me here 6. It's giving me this one 7, 9, 7. And what it is doing is finding that little space there that it says, look, everything here, you've told me to go and find will find the start of a text string before another one. So it said the position is number 5. And I know the space is common to everything here, right? If space is common to everything, all I just need to do is take 1 away, and it will give me the characters of the number of characters of the first name. So I'm going to come here and say, look, all of these things now -1. Boom. And now when I run this, it gives me the actual number. Maryland is 8, Daniel is 6, Rosin is 6, Allen is 5, John is 5. Okay. The last one, which is going to be a tricky one. I want to find the number of characters of the last name. Like I said to you guys, we're now entering into tricky waters, right? Again, I understand this is tricky. And as you can see, I've slowed it down. If you still are not sure, stop me. Don't let it go too far. Okay, so how do we find the number of characters of the last name? This is difficult. But ideally, if I can find all the characters and take away the first one, I should be able to get the last one, don't you think? Yeah, because 10 minus 4 should give me 6. 10 minus 5 should give me 5. 11 minus 6 should give me 5. And so on, and so on. So how do we achieve that? Basically, I'm going to copy this code minus this code. But what if you have to do this without having these two in front of you? Let's think about it together. So first of all, I'm going to go and work out this one. So I'm going to say, let's go and find the first names, right? Let's go and find the number of characters of the first name. And how do we do that? We know we're going to use a find function, right? Find. And what are we finding? We're finding a space in between. Yep. And then where's the text found? Within what text? We find it here. Yep. And we know that this is now going to return 5 because of the space in between. So we say, you know what? Do a good one, minus 1, right? That gives us 4 characters. So basically, I've found out everything from here to the left. So if I can then find another function that adds up all the letters and minus what I have done so far, that would be great. So I then come here and say, okay, now I need to put all of this in the bracket, which is great. Oops. Put it in the bracket, then go behind it and say, yeah, now let us find how to get the whole letters. How do we find the whole letters? Again, it is going to be the length of everything that we used before. Let me move this one away, by the way. It's going to be the length of everything. Yeah, length of this. But we know the length includes space. So we say minus 1. Close this. Then go away. Then we'll come here and just say minus what we had before. Wait, AYO has done it again. I've done something wrong.
I think that's because you didn't close the last bracket in front of
No, actually, the last bracket is closed. It is
It's
this one
fine.
here.
I think.
It is this one here. Okay, and then
Don't you think we are going to put right function?
No, I'm not using the
Okay.
right function here.
Look at the
This
right
should work. Yeah,
outside
okay.
of that. Okay.
So this is working. If you do right, we can't do right here. Okay, I like what you've said. Let's try right. Let's park this one and go and do right. Equal to right. I'll come back to that one now. I'll come back to this. I know it's a bit confusing, so let's do right first. Equal to the right. Oh, before then, what does the right do? The right will return the specified number of characters from the end of a text string, right?
Okay.
Number of characters. Right. Actually, right might work, you know.
Right, we read from the back.
Yeah, it will read from the back.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can use find here, can't we? And find the space as well. Okay. I see what you mean. And that minus 1. Put this here and do that. Wait, it's not taking it. So right of that within what? Okay. Within that number of characters, I will set find. Okay, sorry. Find this within this and that. AYO, come on. Okay, so find that
Text. No, I think after the find, the text should go in.
within text. Sorry. And that's not going to work. 1 sec. Okay, let's go back again. Before I mess it up. Okay, find a text. Yep. From A to
Yeah.
from here. Yeah, and do a -1. See what it does for us. We have a problem here. So even though you found space, let's put the -1 back.
Sir,
Yes,
when I use right, and when you open the bracket, A2
yes,
minus, and I use len.
yes,
That's EN. I use len as A2. Fine, I use minus that found.
yes.
Find. Yes, that's what I did.
And it worked
Yes.
for everything.
Yeah.
For everything.
Yes.
So you use learn and find.
Yes. I
Yeah,
write it.
That's what I did before, and I said we're going to bring it back because I stopped that because someone said let's do right. If you use right, you're going to come up with so many errors.
Okay.
Okay, if you can pull it off with a right, that's great. I've not done that. I won't waste my time with that because it's tricky. But anyway, let's do this. First of all, we know 10 minus 4. And where's 10? All these letters here are 10. And the first name is 4. So 10 take 4 is 6. And we already know how to find the first names, which is this, right? So we go equal to, go and find space where from within this text, once you find it, take 1 to remove the space from it. Done. It gives us 4. So I say now we get 4, and I can put this in a bracket because I need to go and subtract the total length from it. So I go back here and I say, well, let's start from everything. Len, the length of everything here, the length of everything here. But remember, everything here also has a space in between, right? So I said the length of everything here -1 to take away the space, then minus everything. Now, if you remember BODMAS in maths or BIDMAS, all of this is looking messed up. So I'm going to come here and put this one in a little bracket here to separate them. So basically, this first bit here is saying, find the length of everything here -1 to take away the space. That gives us 10. Then the second part is saying, go and find space here. Once you find space, take away 1 and then count the numbers. So that's now 1, 2, 3, 4. And so you've got everything without space, and then you're taking away these first letters. You're left with what's left. And if I do enter, I'm going to get 6. Basically, this, take this. Right, guys, I know I've been talking and it looks confusing. I don't understand this. Please, can I see your hand up now? I wanted to go through this again, AYO. Please tell me, because we're going to be using this here, especially for extracting the last name. Anyone? Does anyone have a question? Nobody. Nobody's talking to me. Teresa, thank you. Teresa, please unmute. Chinyere is awake. Hey, praise God. Chinyere, I want you to unmute. Teresa, tell me, where have I lost you? Teresa, please unmute and tell me where I've lost you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can't, finally, yay.
So I was saying that maybe I would have to practice on my own so that I can familiarize with the formula.
Yeah, I
think that's why.
did say something earlier that if you go and practice on your own, you'll be using time that you can use to achieve something else.
Oh,
Why not let us do it together in the class now?
okay.
So tell me, where did I lose you?
I don't know, maybe you should just go through it again one more time so it probably would stick.
All right, cool. Chinyere, where did I lose you? Teresa, don't mute yourself again, because I'm going to be asking you for the feedback as we go along. Chinyere, tell me where I've lost you.
Okay, good evening. I think you are fast. Just
Finally,
maybe you
see,
can
you have allowed me to
slow
go for
down
2
a
hours,
bit.
and now you're telling me I'm fast after 2 hours. I'm angry with you.
Sorry.
No, I'm not sorry. You're not sorry. No. Okay, I was joking. Tell me, I've been fast from the start, right?
No, just this last
Is it just for
part.
this one?
Yeah.
Okay, please don't mute again. Let's do this together. I'm going to cancel all of this. For those of you that have got this, well done. You can move on to the last one and see if you can work out how to do this last bit. This should be easy. This very one, it requires a bit of thinking, right? So if you think you've got enough tools to push on for that one, please go ahead. I'm gonna go back and do this with Teresa and Chinyere again, so that we are all on the same page. But if you think you can push you on to the next bit, guys, please by all means go ahead. So I'm gonna clear this up and we'll start all over again. Right. So, and as we're talking about this, if you don't get it, just stop me. Right, look, we want to find number of characters of each of these names. So let's count Daniel. Daniel is L1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 7, 8, 9, 10. John Daniel is 10 letters. Right? Okay. So there's a way we can find characters. We just say equal to the length, Len, right? And that should return the name length. So if I put that there and I close it back, boom, see? It gives me 11, but we counted 10. And we asked ourselves the question, if we counted 10 and we now have 11, what could have been the problem? Well, the problem is that space in between. Because remember the other time I told you, space is also a character. So it has counted it. Now let's go back and say, look, we don't want the space. So we're going to say -1 and do enter. That -1 takes away all the length, all the spaces. And now we have something accurate. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Now, for the second one, we just want to find, so we found the length of everything in these fields. We now need to find the length of just the first name. Yeah? We need to find the length of only first names. How do we do that? Length is not going to work here, is it? No. Length, because length will just count everything. There's nothing you can do about it. And there's no way to separate John from Daniel. So we say, let's go and look for another function called find. Now, if we read what find does, the find will return the starting position. You know, if I'm writing my name, A, position 1, B, position 2, position 3, space, position 4, Y, position 5, position 6, 7, 8, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what a find will do for you is it is going to return the position. So if I want to find this, if I say, look, find the position 3 or 1, 2, 3. It will only bring me the first 3. But if I say go and find the position of space, all these names from 1 to 6, they've got something in common. They've got spaces in between them. So we'll come here, do the same thing, start from space, and then count the numbers back. Start from space, count the number back. Start from space, count the number back, and so on. Right? So let's go and do that. So we'll go find. And find what? Find space, empty space. And that's empty space. Where, comma, within that text.
Okay.
Now, if I close that bracket and say, go and find the space, it's telling me, look, dude, space is on position 5.
Right.
And it is true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is on position 6. Is on position 7. Is on position 9. Is on position 7. You see that?
Yeah.
Now, that wouldn't help us because actually, if we take away 1 from that position of space, then it will give us the number of length of the first name. Because it will give us the position of the last letter of the first name. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Teresa? Oh, Chinyere,
Yeah,
you get that?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to come back here and say, look, thank you for finding me the space, but you know what? I do not need the space. -1, enter. And then if I pull that all the way down, look, it's counted 4 without the space, 5 without the space, 6 without the space, and so on. So we've done that, which is good. Right? Okay. So if you're happy with these two, you've basically got a third because it's just this, take this to get this.
Okay.
Do you get it? The total length of the names minus the total of the
Okay.
first name should give us the total of the last name. Remember, with this, we dealt with space. With this, we dealt with space. So these two are without the spaces, and we should get the answer.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. So now let's go and do this last one. And the way I want us to do this last one, I want us to take it step by step. I can start with this and then do this, which can be confusing. So I like to start from the last one and then go behind it and put the first one to it. Either way, it doesn't matter which way, how you want to go. As long as what I'm trying to get you to understand is this. Think the logic through. It is the logic that matters. Once you get the logic, you can do anything with it. In fact, if you know the logic, you can use a right. You can use anything at all to do this once you understand what you're doing with it. Okay, so let's go back to this. And I'm now going to say equal to. Let's go and get this one first. So I said equal to find space within that -1. So this one gives us just the 4. Yeah. And now I can say, look, if only I can put the formula for this in front of this and do a minus between them, I'm done. Which is what we're going to do. Come here and do a bracket to cover this one up because of bid mass. And then go behind it and say, look, how do I even get the entire length before? Oh, I'll use a function called length. The length of this minus the space 1. Yeah? So this first bracket, go away, I don't need help. This first bracket gives me everything here. Minus this second bracket that gives me everything here. Happy?
Yeah.
And we're done.
Thank you.
Okay. It may be a bit tricky, but please just hold on. You see why we need it now, because no one is going to ask you to start looking for characters indeed. But yes, when we now start doing Trying to find the first name. We're going to need that. So, okay, let's go to this function. Teresa, how are we doing now?
Yes. It's
Thank you.
clearer now. Thank you very much.
Cool. Chinyere, how are we doing now?
I'm following.
Okay, cool. All right, that following is not convincing, but just keep following, okay? Please following, keep following. Don't worry. We'll find time and we'll do this together. Okay, so let's look at these guys here. I want to find, and I promise you after this one, we're going to stop. Okay, I'm not going to introduce more confusion tonight. So we want to extract just the first name. We just want to find the first name from a full name. That's because in our data warehouse, again, I'm giving you a reason. In our data warehouse, when we bought this software, it was designed to write first names separately and last name separately. But look, somehow within the process, when we are getting data, we're getting both names together. Now we need to separate them. Yep. Okay. So what do? We're going to say equal to. So when you say equal to, then you go, the function that is going to bring you numbers or names from the left is the left. We used that before, right? So if we say left of this, yeah, it starts counting. I'm going to bring the first letter. So if I say comma 1, it's going to say, well, I'm going to bring the first letter, which is great. If I say comma 2, it's going to say I'm going to bring the first 2 letters. 3, I'm going to bring the first 3 letters. 4, first 3 letters. Oh yeah, that's good. See, I've done that. However, because you know that you're dealing with thousands of records, right? And every name doesn't end, every name, all names are not 4 letters. Yeah, that code you've put here is not going to work for this one. It's not going to work for this one. It's not going to work for this one. It's not going to work for this one. See? So we need to find a way to force it to say, even if this guy's name is Akpo Johnson, whatever it is, he has 52 character names, we need to represent it here anyway. How do we do that? We need to find a way to not add code this, to make this number 4 dynamic, to say, listen, if the first name is 7, it should pick 7. If the first name is 20, it should pick 20. If the first name is 15, it should pick 15. And if the first name is 1 or 2, it should pick just 2. How do we do that? Again, I come into the first name and I look at it. What is common here? What's common between the names? There is a space in between them. Space, 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 space. So if I can find a way to identify where the space is, I'll tell it, stop at the space.
It's okay.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that. So instead of putting 4 here, I'm going to say, look, don't find 4 because 4 is not for everything. I say, go and find me wherever space is. Do you see that? Now, it says, okay, I'm going to find space, but where? So I'm going to say, comma. Well, the text where I'm going to find the space is still here. Ah, okay. So I've said, instead of stopping at 4, please use what's common between them, which is the space in there. And I say enter. So if I say enter, look, it does everything for us. However, one thing you must know here is this, and this is one of a data developer or data engineer's headache. I have said find space. But remember what the find function does? Yeah? Okay. It's going to return the starting position of a text string. So it has returned the starting position of the space as well. You don't see this, but there is a space in front of John. Do you understand? There is a space in front of John. because I've said go and start from where space is. So it's going to start from where space is, and it started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, you can't see the space here because the space is white space. But trust me, when you put this into your data warehouse and you run an overnight process, this can cost you hours of sleep. So I'm going to come here and say, listen, dude, take away -1 from here. Just take away 1 from it, -1, and give me peace, okay? Oh God, no, I've done something wrong. What have I done? -1 in between there. And see, it does that for us. See, it doesn't change. But if you don't do that -1, there's a little space in between. To be fair, if this was given to you at an interview and you don't put the -1, it's fine. But if I was the one interviewing you, I'm going to pull you up on that and say, okay, what about the space here? And if you can explain to me, oh God, I forgot that. That can cause me nightmare in my data warehouse. I know you know what you're talking about. Okay. I'm going to give a few seconds for us to take that in. Does anyone have any question on this one so far? Remember, instead of doing the characters, I have said, look, space is common between them. Go and find space anywhere you get here. Whenever you get here, find space. Then it says, oh, I found space, and that's my position. They say, okay, I want you to take away the position of the space, which is -1. And that's it. Okay. Let's now do the last bit. This last bit, tricky.
Okay.
Yes. Burishade Oluwaseyi, what's up?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. So this last bit is the trickiest one, and I promise you this is where we're going to stop for tonight. Okay. How do we do this? We want to extract the last name. Guys, you see, you may be surprised. If you go to a company where it's only Excel they're using, this might just be your exercise for your interview. My sister-in-law, some months ago, or last year, sometimes last year, she said to me, oh, I have an interview. And we're going to be using Excel, blah, 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 blah. And then I took her through all of these things, HLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, this. And you know what? She's like, oh, it's too hard, man. They won't ask us this. They won't ask us this. Trust me. She came back and she said, AYO, you were right. This is what they ask. There's nothing else anybody's going to ask you in Excel more than all of these things. So please take note of these things. You don't have to, like this last one now, this one's, you don't need to know them as, you know, the back of your palm. Just remember, if you're going for an interview, practice it. Just practice it. That's all. Okay, so this last one we're going to do. We're going to use a write function. But with that write function, we're going to introduce a few things to it. Let me run through it. Equal to a write. This is going to return, the number of characters from the write. So let's do that. Again, think about this. If this one starts counting from here, I'm still going to need the space. So what if I say, you know what? Find the total length of this. Take away minus everywhere that the space starts from and leave me with what's left. I know it's confusing. So I say, look, find the right of this, right? Right, comma. He's now asking me, look, from the right, how many characters should I count? If I say count 6, it's not going to work for here. It's not going to work for here. It's not going to work here. How about we find a way to go and say, look, add all of this together, subtract this first, leave me with what's left. Add everything together, start from the space and subtract. You know what we did the last time?
Okay.
Exactly what we're going to do here. So I'm going to say number of characters. Well, the number of characters, I can't give you any number here. We need to go and find something to do here. So I'm going to say length of everything anyway. Find the length of all this. Yeah. Then take away from where you find a space. Within this text. And enter. Hallelujah. It works. I'm going to explain that in a minute, guys. Okay, I'll explain that.
So,
Yes, go on.
yeah. I was just looking at this thing and I'm thinking, please go back to the initial Excel page where you showed us
This
number of
one.
characters.
This one.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, if we have the number of characters of the last name here,
Yes.
we can just tell Excel to read from the right and pin in the characters of the particular cell. It's going to bring the last name.
Say that again.
Like the function we use to get the characters of the last name. Like just come to
You mean
your
this one?
bar. Yeah.
This one?
Yes.
That's exactly what we did here.
Like
We
if I can
noticed
just tell
something.
Excel to bring the name from the right of the
Yes.
text.
That's exactly what we've done. But there is a little
Oh.
twist to it. We've taken away -1 here, and we've taken away -1 here. And I'll let you figure that out. Why have we done that? Why have we said, see, is length of everything minus the length of the first name. So we've said the number of characters I want is just everything outside of the space on the right. However, we've said don't bring space here. And don't take away space here. Why could we have done that? Okay, let me add the one. Let me not confuse us. Let's add the -1 here and see what happens. -1. And -1. It still works.
It still works.
Basically, it is the same.
It's still the same. No, like I just thought of it in a way like since we have the character, the number of the character,
it still works.
it can just
So,
give us the
do we understand the reason why we've done this here? We see this is number is going to give us the length. So we've said we are coding it to say, look, I want you to go and subtract all of this, subtract this from this, give me the number. But when you give me the number of this, now use a right. And remember, right, the second argument on the right says, what number do you need? So I say, look, all the number that I've gone to work out here from this side. Okay, I'm going to stop talking for the night. I know I've confused a lot of people. Shall we leave it here? So that you can go and practice it. If you watch this video again, once you understand this, this becomes clear. Because what we did on this side is just to find the left. We started on the left and we stopped at the space and we took away 1. What we did here, well, we started at the right We selected the text where the document is, where the thing is coming from. And we said, you know what? How do I find the number where to stop? Do all the numbers. Take away from where you find. Do all the numbers. Take the length from where you find. Where you find, what the hell? Where you see find. And then give me what's left. Okay, I'm beginning to talk nonsense now. Where you find. I'm going to stop the class now, right? If you need help, please, you're going to see Sarah and Elsie. And if you still can't figure this out, I promise you, I'm going to teach you again. I'm going to talk about this again next week.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I want to ask something. Yeah.
Sorry?
It's why do you prefer to use find? I tried with search and it worked just fine.
Search works, yeah. You can use search if you want.
Okay.
You can use a search. It doesn't matter. If you know how to use search, it's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
We did discuss about our assignment, our project.
The one you did before.
Yes.
We don't have time today now. We will look. Don't worry.
Okay.
We'll look at it. I've seen everything. We'll look at it.
Okay.
We'll look at it. You get another one today anyway. And
Okay,
we'll
sir.
look at that one too. Okay. So, any more questions, guys? Okay. This is the weirdest part of this. I'm not going to say it's going to be easier going forward, but this is just weird. What I'm trying to teach you here is to pass an interview, one, and two, there is no way you won't work with names. But please don't let this put you off. It gets better. Igbason has written on my page. Basically, he's telling me to go away. He's tired. Abi? Okay. I'm going to go away. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening tonight.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
Thank you.
I hope you've learned something. We're going to take you from here next week. And you do have some classes in between, which will be communicated to you in the tutor in the group. I think Sarah wants to say something.
No.
That's all. No, it's fine. I was joking. Right, Elsie, do you want to say something as well?
Yes, thank you, Mr. AYO. Hey, what I want to say is, we'll be doing a project, or after you've taught them how to use pivot tables, so they can use PowerPoints and charts to submit their reports to you.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, we're not going to do pivot table until week 4, which is in 2 weeks or so. So yeah, well, thanks. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys, have a good night. As soon as the video stops rendering, I am going to send it out. In the meantime, I'm going to forward your video, your project to you. In the absence of any questions, have a wonderful night, guys.
You too.
I shall see you next week.
Thank you. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.